What is going on, everybody? We are here and we are live for Geeks and Gamers Daily on a Friday, the last one of the week. Thank God. We're ready to rock and roll. Jay just told me that he is more energized than he's ever been before. He's ready to rock and fucking roll.
Thank you, everyone who came to the park hopping stream last night. We were up till like 2 a.m. It was really great.
I wasn't invited, so I didn't go. I actually went to bed early last night. I went to bed.
Al, you guys got an open invite. What are you talking about?
I didn't get one. I just don't have like the I don't have like the pass or whatever this year. So, but what was I gonna say? I went to bed early last night, dude. I went to bed at 10:30.
It's nice.
I needed to get refreshed. I had in the past week there had been 2 days where I literally did not sleep, right? Because I was driving overnight. I had to take care of shit today too. I had to get my fucking oil changed because I drove 3,000 miles last week. And I had to do all that stuff. And we got another trip coming up tomorrow where I got to get to your place fucking early to pick your ass up because we're gonna be driving a bunch again. So I had to have one night with some good sleep. So
my early show, my whole chat was telling me like, Jay, we know you're going on a road trip with Ryan. We don't want to see Ryan angry. We want to see you guys safe. Number one, don't spill anything. Don't just break out into laughter. You know, don't freak him out. Don't laugh if his order gets messed up on the road. Just be a helpful helper man the whole time. Be conscious of his surroundings and his situation so there'll be no outburst. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to try my hardest.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. My trips that I took, like to Dallas and then back from Dallas to Orlando, they were both pretty chill. Now, I intentionally drove like overnight, so I'd have as few people on the road as possible, like all that stuff. There was nothing that really irritated me. Now that we're driving during the day, that could be different. You know, it's a much higher chance. But that would be the case whether you were in the car or not. But you could make it worse. That's true.
Can we stop at Buc-ee's?
Is there a Buc-ee's in Georgia on our way?
No.
Maybe isn't there one like when we pass by Gainesville? Is there one up there? There's one up like toward when you head towards Daytona, but I don't know if there's one directly on the way.
Definitely asking the wrong person, but it doesn't matter. Last time we were on a road trip, I made Ryan stop at some weird stop. It was like an old colonial house. Literally nothing but crap in there. We walked in and it was like they were selling like little sharks in formaldehyde glasses that you buy, like little baby sharks that were alive. And I guess they shoved them in whatever and made a nice little scene. And they're like in a tube and you could put it on your desk for display because that's what everybody wants. And then they also had baby alligator heads that they had chopped off an alligator and they just froze it with its mouth open just a little bit all over the, like, that's what they were selling. I was like, because, you know, everybody wants that.
Yeah, that place sucked. But yeah, we'll see. If there's one in our way. We did have
a beautiful billboard.
If there's one on the way, we'll stop.
Ryan.
Yeah.
No south of the border on this trip, though.
Dude, that was embarrassing. Jay was hyping up this dog shit place south of the border. Man, it was so fun. I used to love going here. We'd stop here every time we went, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, all right, Jay, we'll stop. You're really excited about this. You're really hyped. And it looked abandoned.
It was awful.
It basically was. Somehow it was still open. One little fucking gas station was still open, but nothing else was open. Everything was run down. Everything was a dump. I literally couldn't find a bathroom there. I took a piss right next to the dumpster. Because I've been holding it till we got to south of the border. I pissed all over that place, but there was nobody there that would have seen me, so it didn't matter.
It has really changed over the years. I'll just say that.
Maybe you changed.
Maybe. That thing used to be vibrant. Mini golf courses, like carnival rides, all kinds of stuff. There was nothing there. It's like vibrant. Nothing. Vibrant, full of life. They had like a crazy like Mexican restaurant that was closed. It was a giant sombrero, you know, like a hat, giant sombrero hat. That was the roof. And then you walk in and it was like Mexican food. It was really good.
The old sombrero.
Yeah. Pedro's.
Yeah, that place sucked. Even the gas stations. Everybody who worked there looked like they wanted to die. Half the shit was like they had like paper taped up for
It was pretty bad
or something.
I was like, we're gonna get tendonitis if we touch anything.
Tetanus?
I mean tetanus, yeah, not tendonitis.
We're gonna get
it's the Tylenol, man. It's the
man,
Tylenol.
my elbow is gonna get really sore if I touch this.
Tetanus.
I'm gonna get tendonitis if I touch this rusty nail.
Oh man, I was trying to be good today too and not mess anything up, but here we go.
Yeah. It didn't last long.
Didn't last long.
Ladybug for $1.99 says TGIF.
What's up, Ladybug?
It don't feel like a Friday to me, but it is a Friday. We got Friday Night Tights. So, Keenan Endenu for 2. Did you ever play Bop It? Twist it.
Oh yeah.
Pull it. Yeah.
Smash it. Shake it.
I took that game really seriously.
Oh, some people really did, man. They were just angry while they were playing it. They held it up close. They had like a special hand. Yeah, where it's like, I can crank it. I can hit it. I can do this.
Yeah. You got to do that.
Yeah.
Got to play to win the game. It's not all fun and games, even when you're a kid. Alex McCarthy, it's Friday. Meta PC code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO. Yes, check out Meta PC. Thank you, Alex. Keenan Endenu for 2. Did you ever hear the song Revolt by the Nymphs?
It's not ringing a bell.
It's not ringing a bell, but if you played it, maybe I'll recognize it. Yeah. I don't know. Did you have erector sets?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah. And if I had got them in a later time in life, I would have laughed at what they were called. Hi, Kira. I'm guessing Jonathan didn't get a new job from Disney after calling fans racist like he thought, so he's back to slamming them. Yeah, we're going to talk about John Boyega because honestly, I'm sick of every time John Boyega says like the same thing he said for a couple years about the sequel trilogy. But he's like, yes, this is the way. This is great, John. And then 2 months later, he'll do the same thing he always does and call fans fucking racists. Like, stop giving this dude like a bunch of props and praise for saying the same shit we've been saying for forever, but also calling fans racist. Fuck off, John Boyega. That's what I think. We will talk about it. I just gave you the update to what that clip is going to be about. So get your preview. That's the trailer before the trailer.
Yeah, it is.
Grizzly Con. Stay safe on your trip. What is Jay going to spill this time?
I'm not. I'm telling you, I am getting mentally prepared. I'm not going to spill anything. Nothing.
We're not going to let him. I'm not going to let him drink the entire way up.
Yeah, only on stops. They'll let me fill up. So.
Well, you have to like chug whatever it is before you get in the car.
Fill it up at the stop.
NDI. I am Charlie Kirk for 2. Is Jeremy's mom okay? Where's he been? Yeah, Jeremy's. As far as I know, Jeremy's mom's fine. But where's he been? He's never on this show. What are you talking about? But he. I was with Jeremy just a couple days ago. Actually, we had some stuff we had to do. We had a meeting we had to get to. So I was with Jeremy a few days ago. He's been traveling as well. To Maximus BT for 199. Shiitake. Thank you. Rudy for 2. Just got your cover for Saints and Sinners, Jay.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah, they shipped out. I got mine yesterday too. I hope you guys like the stories in there. Some of them are freaking amazing. So
there you go. Cover. Very cool. The Operator. Damn it, Jay. Get it together, man.
I don't know if I've ever gotten it together.
If you haven't at this point in your life, I don't think you will.
I'm just a walking blop.
Andre, Sam Buewo. That is kind of how he said it. Sombrero.
Oh, sombrero. Yeah. I was trying to say like a hick. Pronounce my name, Jay. Licorice Silius.
Yeah, I don't. What is it? Licorice Delicious.
Yeah, Licorice Delicious. Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
There's a lot of fucking eyes in there. Magnum Norris. I was gonna say Boyega is one of the better actors in the sequels, but now he can go pound sand or that Asian girl.
Rose Tico, man, still the best.
Kelly Marie Tran's cute. You get her out of that potato sack, you know?
Yeah. She's only in the film for 10 seconds, so it's all good. In the last one, anyway.
That's true. She was not in that thing at all.
She
And they
made a quick.
basically ignored like the kiss that they had.
Before we get into the John Boyega stuff, I have a quick follow-up. Was at Universal Studios last night with a few people, and we were talking about it on this show. I think every day that you weren't here. But if you guys remember, this guy right here, he's the one that died on the roller coaster. Now, I'm not trying to say like maybe he was crippled and shouldn't be on a roller coaster this intense or whatever. We'll just let everybody else figure it out. But yeah, there's a lot of questions now because the guy was in a wheelchair and they propped him up and he died from head trauma. At least that's what they're saying today on this Stardust Racers, which is at the brand new Epic Universe.
So to catch me up, I was gone while this story broke. I was traveling. I wasn't on when we were talking about here. My understanding is that we heard that somebody passed away on the Stardust Racer.
Correct.
We heard that they essentially passed away from head trauma, and it sounded like maybe they had passed out while on the ride, and because their head was then whipping all over the place, that was like the result. Do we know anything more? Am I right?
The only other thing is so far the investigation from that was done on the roller coaster itself at Epic said that the ride functioned normally, like nothing flew off, nothing hit him in the head or anything like that. So of course the next step here is the family has got an attorney and we'll go from there. That being said, with all this, yes, I'm sad that somebody died. There is now a new person to come into play because now another guest has sued Universal Studios Epic Universe for an injury on the same roller coaster. Right here, it says a Central Florida woman is suing Universal, claiming she was injured on the Stardust Racers at Epic Universe, the same coaster where a man was found unresponsive, later proclaimed dead. According to the Channel News 2, 49-year-old Sandy Streets, that's her name, states that
sounds like a cartoon character.
Yeah, that the coaster caused her head to shake violently and slam against the headrest. She alleges that Universal failed to properly restrain her head. Now, I've been on this ride, and it's like the Velocicoaster. You know the Velocicoaster? So you sit down, and then the bar, no, it comes like there's nothing on the shoulders.
It's not over the top. It's like a lap one, yeah.
So from what I remember, that's how it was. And so there's nothing. Basically, there's nothing. Like there
would be nothing to restrain your head with.
Right. Exactly. So unless she's saying that the ride is faulty or something along those lines, it's very odd.
I have literally no knowledge of this other than the 30 seconds you've pulled this up and talked about it. I feel like she's just somebody like looking for money. But
sounds that way. But
it is an intense roller coaster, right?
Very. If you've been on the Velocicoaster, it's like way more, and that's a crazy one. It's so much better than that if you were looking for intensity. But they're literally just asking for a jury to decide how much Universal should compensate Streets for her alleged injuries. That's it. Like there's no set number. There's not like, so it sounds like they're filing a lawsuit and hoping that they would settle like quickly.
That's exactly what they're doing. And, whatever, I guess, try to get your money if you can. Look, the lawyer, I don't know the lawyer's name. The lawyer's the black guy in that picture from the New York Post.
That's a different case. That's a different case. Yeah. That's for the guy that died.
Yes, exactly. I just want to say, I recognize that dude from somewhere. I've seen him sniffing around like lawsuit stuff before. I don't remember his fucking name. I don't remember where I saw him, but look, I feel really bad that anybody would pass away on a roller coaster, certainly. And certainly if that happens, you should explore all possibilities, including, recompense in some way like that. This is what I'm going to say. There are rules listed everywhere about if you have these problems, do not go on these rides. They are impossible to miss. You see them on every ride, even the ones that aren't nearly as intense as that. I don't know exactly what was wrong with that guy, why he's in a wheelchair, any of that stuff. Sometimes you just can't ride things and you shouldn't ride things, right? If you're 9 months pregnant, you shouldn't go on this thing, right? If you have spinal issues, you shouldn't go on these things. I don't know, but I'm just saying, all of like, there's a huge group of people out there that get pissy and they fucking cry and they moan when they walk up there in their scooter and they're too fat to fit in the ride, or you don't have enough stuff for handicapped people, so they try to do this anyway, and now you have this case.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I think that they need to stop trying to appeal to those people and just be a little more hardcore and be like, sorry, too fat can't ride, crippled can't ride. That's just the truth. Not everybody is able to do everything. And that's okay. That's the way the world is.
Yeah, either two things are going to happen here. Either they're going to make like you said, the rules to get on this very strict, and yes, if they start like profiling people, we'll probably hear the Karens cry. But yeah, better be profiled than die on a roller coaster, for crying out loud. So either that's going to happen, or they're just going to take the ride down. That's which, it's either one of the two. Because now you got somebody died, now you got another lawsuit, and if more to come, like if this lady were to win her lawsuit, I guarantee there's going to be multiple people go, my neck feels a little funny.
Exactly.
And I was on that ride. So
guess what? When I was fucking 12 years old and I rode the Batman ride on Six Flags, and it told you, hey, keep your head back, blah, 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 like when it starts, I was like fucking looking down and shit. And I was not following the instructions, and it started and my head was like pinned fucking down like this as I'm trying to like slowly raise it up as like the G forces are like crushing me. That was my fault because I didn't follow the fucking rules. Maybe I should have sued them. Maybe I could own Six Flags right now. Maybe I could have changed that stupid song. I don't know.
He would have got me in for free.
It's true.
Well, we'll keep an eye on all this stuff because, once these lawsuits, like if Universal starts paying out lawsuits, you can guarantee there's going to be a lot more showing up. So
if we should go, Jay, see if we can get hurt.
I mean, you just look at me and tell them there's something wrong.
Yeah, the direct cause. Jay, it's not from Tylenol. It's from Jay's theme park experience. That's it. That's it. Sam Brero. Don't talk shit about south of the border.
I liked it, but it's seen better days.
You see his name?
Is that how I pronounce it? Sambrero. Give me one of those quesadillas.
Mm-hmm. Tobias, I need to figure out how to be entertaining alone on streams. Hunt only got 15 views. I'm hoping Silent Hill F will do okay. You two got any tips? Also, congrats for the homies for 300 subs.
Sometimes it's just algorithm and title. Some of the most boring people I've ever seen online sometimes get a lot of viewers. So sometimes it's just rolling the dice, buddy.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's like the game, right?
If it's a game that, you never know.
If it's a game that not a lot of people are into, it might not hit in the algorithm. Some people might not click it. Silent Hill F, recent release, maybe that'll work better for you. Or maybe, Tobias, you just got to be funnier. I don't know.
Get a shout out from Ryan and things will change.
That's not true at all.
It worked for me.
No, it didn't. You had a bigger channel than me. I started my channel after yours was already established.
Yeah, you skyrocketed, man. It's awesome to see.
Chad Summer for 5. Ping pong. I'm out of Asians. Jay, do you know anyone else? I forgot you said that yesterday. That was fucking wild.
Ching Chan.
Eric K. She should get the price of her ticket back. Be banned from the parks forever and have to pay for Universal's legal costs. X-Wing 5 is a stupid name, just like Locals, for $5. Says, yo, Ryan, love seeing your cameo in that ending scene in Peacemaker, episode 6. Getting that cardio in. You been keeping up with Peacemaker, Jay?
No, I don't have HBO.
So it took us a while to get here, but it's been predictable since basically like the second episode. The alternate dimension that Peacemaker has gone into, the other world, there's no black people anywhere, which you could tell if you were paying attention. It stood out like a sore thumb, honestly. It really did, because it's a modern day fucking like DC project, whatever, modern day Hollywood. It's like, yeah, there's no black people in this world. That's pretty clear. And it took a while to get here. But finally, we got the confirmation that, yes, indeed, that is the case in this perfect idealistic world, ironically. And they even did it in the way that I thought when, John Cena's black fat friend walks in there, is walking down the street. They see her. Hey, there's one loose. There's a black on the loose. And then go try to chase it down in Peacemaker. Yeah.
Is that why? Is that why this?
I don't know if.
Why does it not? I don't know if you share.
I don't know if you're freezing for me, or for everybody else or not. But you were kind of freezing for me and stuttering.
Probably me, because I couldn't. I thought I was sharing the stream. Like, is that why this photo is going around?
That's why this photo is going around, because it's finally revealed. Even though you could tell if you were watching in episode 2, it's finally revealed to the characters that this alternate dimension where John Cena has a really happy life and his dad is still alive, his brother's still alive, he's looked up as a hero, everybody loves him. Yeah, that's actually America. And of course, that home of the DCU, that shill fucking queer who runs that account, is like how living in America today is like. These fucking cock gobbling, cum drinking pieces of shit. These people who hype up this garbage and say that shit over and over again. But as literally Charlie Kirk is just fucking murdered, right? Yeah, this is totally how living in America is like today. You fucking garbage human being. But this is representative of the new fans of the DCU. They love this shit.
Looks like the Star Wars fans have poured it over.
Pretty much.
See how that works out for you. Let's see how that works out for you. Worked out great for Star Wars, I tell you. Nothing's more on fire right now. It's Star Wars.
Now, I thought it was so funny. I thought it was so funny because you could tell that that's what this was. It was this perfect, idyllic world where everyone's walking around outside. No one has any fear of crime. There's this one terrorist group that keeps popping up called the Sons of Liberty, but no one's really sure what that is. I think we can kind of guess what that is. But it's perfect. His life is perfect, and he wants to live there. And as it turns out, well, it's perfect because
no black people.
Yes. That is,
or is it like all mine, or no people of color? Is that what?
Well, Harcourt finally said that. We haven't seen a single person of color since I've been here. Don't you find that weird? And Peacemaker's like, what? No, that can't be true.
Interesting.
That can't be true. The Trillist. I need a bacchiotomy. Sandy Streets.
Yeah, what a name, right? Bacchiotomy.
Kingdom Hearts Gamer for 5. Some people needs to read the rules.
They not only do they have rules pasted everywhere, they even have fun videos. I guess you'd call them fun, of like animated people on what not to do before you get in the ride. They also do it in multiple languages, so you can't have the excuse of I didn't understand no English. So it's everywhere. All the safety protocol is everywhere. It's in videos. They have team members telling you. It's in signs. People still don't see it.
Yeah, so I don't know. We still don't know exactly what happened to that guy, and I don't want to make light of it. Yeah. I don't want to do anything like that. I do just want to say, for the record, people who have conditions like that, they shouldn't go on the rides, period. And if you do, I'm sorry that happened to you, but there are warnings on these things for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking about the guy who jumped out of the boat to get his phone or whatever. Remember when we talked about that story, Jay?
Yeah.
Right. And I said, if my phone fell in, I'd absolutely hop off and I'd grab that stuff, regardless of whatever the rules were. You know what? If I hopped off that thing and my foot got caught in one of these gears and I got sucked underwater and I died, I got chopped up into bits and my pieces of my body are floating around in that thing. You know what? Maybe people would be like, well, I'm sorry that he's gone. I'm sorry that he's gone, but probably should follow the rules while you're there. Yeah, you probably should follow the rules while you're there. But I 100% would jump in to get my phone if I dropped it. Just for the record. And I don't expect anybody to sue on my behalf if I die for it.
I'd probably be the guy recording you do that too.
You probably wouldn't. That's the thing. You've been like, I wish I could get one of these viral moments, blah, blah, blah.
And you would have missed it.
Jay would have recorded it and he accidentally would have had the face camera on and he would have just been like, oh, Ryan, oh my gosh. And it would have just been his face and he would have missed the actual thing.
I'm laughing because it's probably true.
I'm starting to think Itchy and Scratchy Land is safer than Universal. Tourists were headless before they rode the Decapitator.
Somebody got their head cut off on the Batman ride years ago, but they weren't actually on the ride. They lost their hat.
They tried to walk under it to get it. Yeah,
jumped over this, or whatever. And then when they went to get the hat, the ride came down and decapitated them. And it was a kid. Dude, it was a person, not a kid. I think it was a chaperone. It was like the Christian weekend when youth groups went. So it was like could you imagine having to call your pastor and be like, hey, got a little problem here. Remember George?
Little Billy lost his head.
He went over to get someone's hat and his head came off. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, we know we got to know what to do. We don't have the right number of chaperones for the kids.
Freaking nuts, dude.
Discrimination lawsuit due to fat or damage. They will be forced to sign contracts to get aboard at this rate. Belief does not equate ability. Well, and I saw some people, why would they let somebody like that get on the ride? This is what I will say. I have seen plenty of times, and I know you have too, Jay, at these places, people who ride up there in the scooters and wheelchairs or whatever and fucking get out of them and before
just walk normally.
Right before the line. And maybe they walk with a limp or maybe they don't walk great because they're in a wheelchair for some reason. But they will walk to get into the thing, to ride the ride.
But also, too, a lot of times you could go to the wheelchair place and be like, I need a wheelchair. And sometimes I don't even ask questions. They're just like, all right, $10 to rent it for the day, or $20, and you just get it. So now you're in a wheelchair, right? No doctor's note, no nothing. It used to be like that with scooters at Disney until it got way out of hand, and they finally actually did something. You had to have like a special note that you actually need a scooter, or you go in with your own. So like they started to crack down on that a little bit because people like me were like, man, I'm tired and it's hot. I'm just going to rent a scooter. What do I care? And just drive it around, So, yeah. So like, I don't know if that guy could stand up or I have no idea on all those things.
Unknown for five. The lawyer is Ben Crump.
Yes.
He was on. I fucking hate that dude. I knew I recognized him. I fucking hate that piece of shit.
You're right.
So I'm sure that this is gonna get fucking. That dude is such a piece of trash, a pile of garbage. Ben Crump is. I'm just surprised on a case where the victim's not black. To be honest with you. Here's the quote from Ben Crump. It would be an outrageous thing to suggest his disability was what caused him to be killed on their ride. Is it? Is it?
No. That's the first thing you should look at.
It would be an outrageous thing to suggest his disability was what caused him to be killed on their ride. It would be an insult to disabled Americans, disabled beings all over the world. They don't get to blame Kevin for his death. We're not going to let that happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
Yeah.
Andre CR. Give me Ono's tacos, una gordita, and a quesadilla.
Give me an uno tacos. An uno gordita and a quesadilla. You understood that, see? You know what I want?
Bro, there's like such a funny reel that I see every once in a while that's like a dude who's trying to order from like, the robot, you ever been through the drive-throughs where they don't have a real person talking to you? It's like an automated thing, so
Yes,
you
yeah.
say it and they like repeat it back to you or whatever. And this dude is like having such a hard time, and it's like his wife or something's like recording him trying to say it. He's like, "All right, would you like anything to drink?" And you could tell he's been there for forever. He's like, "I'll take a large Mountain Dew." Like he'd said it a million times. And the robot thinks it's like, "Okay, and your drink?" And he fucking just gets so mad and like peels off. He just gives up, dude.
That's what you get when you raise the minimum wage.
Rudy, can't wait for the obligatory Trump MAGA allegory.
Oh, for the person dying.
Snacks for 2. Sad. The savant could have prevented Yahtzee America.
Savant. Savient.
And then Angst Kitten, the lawyer's Ben Crump is from, is also representing Carmelo Anthony in the track stabbing. Yes. Basically, he is he's
an ambulance chaser.
He is an ambulance race grifting piece of shit. That's why I said I'm surprised the victim wasn't black in this case. Like, usually Ben Crump is all over that shit. Ryan dies. Jay. No. TJ Crink, the term you're looking for is ambulance chaser. It's not like he's not just an ambulance. He's a race grifting pile of garbage. That's who Ben Crump is.
Crump.
Alex McCarthy, I'm a cripple with spinal issues. I follow the rules. Good. I mean, not good that you're a cripple with spinal issues, but I'm glad you follow the rules, Alex.
Glad we cleared that one up.
Defending truth. A fat lady died falling off a ride at Knott's Berry Farm in 01. Jay, thoughts on Netflix making a live-action Demon Slayer show, according to rumors? And did you hear what happened at a Demon Slayer screening in Arizona? What are your thoughts, Jay?
Okay, so I will say this. I don't know if I still have this. But there was a clip going around about Demon Slayer, K-pop Demon Slayer live action. And people thought it was real. They thought it was so real that they started making articles, but it is in fact nothing but AI. It's an AI clip that somebody made, and people, I'm not saying you are doing this because I have not heard an official announcement or anything that the Demon Hunters were making in real life. I don't know what happened in Arizona either, but this clip right here, I have it. I just had to scroll. It's on like, here it is right here. Do you mind if I show it?
Yeah.
This was even fooling some local, not local, but smaller publications saying that this is real, that this was real. I mean, look, it looks like if I didn't like preface it that it's not real, that this is all AI, some of you looking at it really quickly, including myself, probably wouldn't even think that this is AI.
Jay, you're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this question about Demon Slayer?
You're talking about Demon Slayer. God dang it, man. I am like freaking all screwed up these past 2 days. Man, I apologize. Anyway, isn't that crazy that this is AI, Ryan?
That's crazy, Jay.
Mother freaker. I'm done. I'm done. I'm quitting the show. I can't keep up. I'm too tired. I'm getting ready for a road trip. I can't keep my animes in line. Sorry.
For the record, I haven't heard anything about what you're talking about, and I don't know what
dang it.
happened in Arizona. I don't know.
Freaking having multiple strokes during this 1 hour show. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought you were talking about K-pop. I'm sorry, man.
It's all right. Tylenol, Jay.
I'm not even going to look at the chat. I'm sure I'm getting destroyed. It's okay. I deserve it. At least I got a Galaxy phone and no more iPhone.
That's true. And I heard you couldn't text iPhone people, which isn't much of a...
I'm heading in the right direction.
Isn't much of a problem, to be honest.
God dang it, man.
Let's talk about John Boyega. Jay, it's no secret that John Boyega was not a big fan of how everything turned out for his character in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And every once in a while he pops up and is critical of in some way or the other of the stuff that went down with Disney Star Wars in the sequel trilogy. Now, I think most of it is just because he feels like his character was wasted and didn't want his character to go that direction. I'm not sure how passionate he is about the rest of it, but once again, he's out there, and this is what he's saying. John Boyega says if he were to produce Star Wars, it would have been different. And at a Florida SuperCon 2025, he told us how. Now, he's talking about how he would have involved, Han and Luke more, but in terms of their actual fates, he wouldn't necessarily have changed that, but he would have had, he would have had them be much more involved. He wouldn't have had all the new characters just automatically be really good at everything. It's almost like he's been listening to a bunch of the criticism and repeating it, blah, 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 all of this stuff. But I saw so many people in the aftermath of this be like, John Boyega gets it. This is the way. Somebody let John Boyega have a role at Lucasfilm. John Boyega understands. John Boyega gets it, guys. We promise. I'm so sick of people giving John Boyega a bunch of praise when he comes out and says the most obvious shit about what's wrong about the sequel trilogy. When just a few months ago, this bitch called Star Wars fans racist. Talked about how Star Wars is just so white and elitist. And anytime a black person comes along, they have a big fucking problem with it. This was John Boyega in April saying this shit just a few months ago. How quickly some people forget those things that he said. That are now just like, oh, John, you said something that we think too about the sequel trilogy. Everything's good now, despite the fact that just months ago you were complaining about what a big fucking victim you are and calling Star Wars fans racist because apparently people had a problem with a black person in Star Wars, despite the history, despite all these characters we've seen. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of people like embracing John Boyega while he's saying that type of shit.
He is the definition of someone like a reed in the wind, man. So if he sits in front of a interviewee, someone from the media that pushes progressive left, he goes right in with everything that they say and agrees with them and says, yes, everybody's a racist, this and that. When he's at a convention, like that quote that you just posted up earlier, when he's at a con, I guess he's like reading the room a little bit. He's in Florida, so he's just like, yeah, I think people in Florida, if I bash Disney, I'll get a big applause, a big thunderous applause. So he just, wherever he's at, he just says what they want to hear, I guess, and has no official opinion on himself about anything. Whatever can get him the most applause in the situation that he's in. That's just who he is. Just another Hollywood dum-dum that will say whatever. So, but yeah, no. Does he get a pass? No, he's not coming back to Star Wars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not coming back to Star Wars.
He might get a pass from a lot of people, and I get it, right? I agree with some of these same things he's saying about the sequels. In reality, he's probably agreeing with us, right? Yeah. That's probably what's happening. He's echoing the very popular statements that people have been saying about the sequels for 5 fucking years now. That's what I'm saying. Echoing,
like, whatever's popular, that's what he's going to say. So if he's like at a certain area or place and someone's interviewing him that is asking him a lot of like questions about Black Lives Matter and everything, yeah, he's going to say what, they want to hear. It's just, he has no official opinion. He just wants to say what's popular in the room that he's in to get the most applause. That's what he is. Sad.
Yeah.
Good on you, John.
We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, who desperately wants to do something Star Wars again. It feels like McGregor. And like the reason we get so many headlines is because it's like every different con, right? Every different con that we see him go to, he's kind of saying the same thing to a different audience group, right? So once again, when he's out there, I don't know if he was at Florida Con too, but he's like, hey, give me a job. We really want to do Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2, guys. We really want to do it. And then he even talked about how they expected Obi-Wan Kenobi to be the big splash for Disney Plus, not Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what's very weird. He's just like, the Kenobi series was supposed to be the big draw to Disney. The Kenobi series was, if not the worst lore breaking, stupid show. Man, they made Darth Vader look like an idiot. I mean, it was terrible. The whole like, let's hide Leia under my coat past the guard scene. I mean, my gosh, man. The whole like, there's a little trickle of fire on the ground. Darth Vader's gonna be scared. Let's not do that. My God, let's bring in Reva, the new savior of Star Wars. Don't you remember, Ryan? Reva was supposed to kill young Luke Skywalker, but she had a change of heart. So in actuality, she's the one that saved the galaxy.
Dude, I to be honest, I kind of miss these days. You know, what was that, 2021 or something? Ewan McGregor's almost crying in his car talking about racist backlash towards Reva, and those were the days, man. I miss my Obi-Wan Kenobi thumbnails with Ewan looking shocked or disappointed and Reva just looking like a bitch. Those were fun. Those are the good old days of Disney Star Wars, you know? When some people still had a bunch of hope and were coping. These people still exist, to be frank.
And Kathleen Kennedy got fired every other month. I've got a secret. Kathleen Kennedy's going down.
They've already got the pamphlets written. They're going to announce it at Star Wars Celebration. She's gone.
Yeah, that was something else.
Those are the fun times. Remember when a bunch of people were like, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are fighting against KK and they've won. And it's like, and then we get Mandalorian. And now we have Ahsoka. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Remember when Mandalorian was going to rewrite the sequel trilogy, and then we just immediately in the first season we get multiple references to things in the sequel trilogy. Those were the days, Jay. I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss it.
A little different now. Now I just don't care. Do whatever you want.
Grabthar's Hammer for $5 on local says, I appreciate your yapping. Please continue. We will. At least for a little while. Ronan for $1 says, speaking of black people, Beardo's racism on Wednesday was hilarious. Ryan would have been proud. I can't say I listened. I didn't hear it. But maybe. Logan Johnson, have you tried giving Jay a spill-proof sippy cup?
No. Maybe we'll find one at a gas station.
I'll have to get it right. Last time was one of those Starbucks kind of cold things, the little glass bottles. And he put the cap back on it, but didn't put it on right. And he like put it on upside down in his bag. So after 2 hours, he moved his bag and he realized it's all fucking wet everywhere.
Yeah.
My car smelled like caramel coffee. Or whatever that was. Magnum Norse for $5. Human rights lawyers are scum of the earth, defending the worst of the worst. Ruby, Jay, I'm reading Across to Bear right now. So far, so good.
Oh, let me know. It's pretty dark story, but it has to be. If I'm able to continue it, it'll make sense.
Vetty for $5. Well, this is sad, Vetty. I'm sorry to hear this. Just found out my niece passed away this morning. It's been a long morning, but I'm glad y'all are here. The laughs to make this morning more bearable. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's awful, Vetty. So thoughts and prayers with you and yours. That's rough. That is rough. Mike Zero Source for $5. Speaking of AI, have you watched those AI videos with Bigfoot and Down Z? I have watched ones with Bigfoot for sure. Those are all over the place.
I seen the one with a gorilla.
I don't know what Down Z is. Is that a Downs person? The Beast, it's okay, Jay. We know you got a touch of the Downs.
Yeah. But I was really like trying. Like I thought I was like, okay, I think I got the right answer to a super chat. I felt confident in what I was doing. I was ready to go. And then it's like, nah.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I went to my P.O. box. I had a bunch of cool stuff in my P.O. box. Wiley Dave, who sent me a super chat on this show to remind you to tell me or something that he sent something. I got the stuff, Wiley Dave.
Bless you.
He sent me a huge Captain Marvel statue because, of course.
Did he really?
Yes. I'll show. It's downstairs. I forgot about it, but I'll show it at some point.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Jesus Davila sent me an anime, Ghost Stories, that I'm supposed to watch. And someone, I don't know if I want me to say their name because I don't know what their screen name is, Bob, but somebody else sent me a bunch of really cool like Star Wars build sets. So I got a lot of, I was expecting like a box or two. I get there, they hand me a big pile of shit. So
yeah, it's like Christmas in July.
Christmas in September.
Or September, yeah.
Jay, tomatoes are a fruit, not a vegetable.
That's what I hear.
Unknown. Shit Clown Wars. American Man, Tylenol J strikes again. What else is new?
Yeah.
Trey Ramble. RK Outpost and Nerdrotic. Cubs vs. Padres watch along. Ooh. You're onto something there. I don't know. That is actually a really good idea. My Cubs are facing Gary's Padres in first round of the playoffs, MLB playoffs. We'll see. Yellow Flash 2. John Favreau is at war with Kathleen Kennedy. It's a civil war for the heart of Star Wars. The truth is, everybody lost. Beach Dad. So Beardo wished Mike a happy birthday in Mike's motherland native tongue. Beardo done a bunch of clicking noises. Damn. Stephen McBride. Jay, the doc confirmed it was herpes. Get checked.
I don't have herpes.
I believe he's saying that he has herpes and he fucked you, so now you need to get checked.
I'm not gay either. Move along. This is the wrong J.
I'm not gay no more. Taker Vader. Did you come here to kill me? Let me clarify. Did he come out of hiding to kill me or come out of the closet to kill me? Obi-Wan. Pool Noodles. Shout out to Jay and everyone involved with Saints and Sinners. Got my copy yesterday.
Hey, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Like, even if you don't like my story, there's several others that are fantastic. As a story, I went through that is fantastic. So there's others. So if you don't like one, hopefully there's another one that you guys love. So thanks for the support.
Daniel Moore, Mission Possible. Remember, for 12 months. Where can I find your PO box, Ryan? I want to send you some books I think you'd like. Well, that'd be really cool. It is, if you just go to my channel, if you go to Ryan Kittle RK Outpost, you go to my channel, it's in the About section, I think. I think it's listed there, my PO box. So I'd appreciate it. That'd be really cool, Daniel. Mad Frog for 199. Jay likes women. Women. Oh. Logan Johnson. Ryan, have you read the book Lords of the Sith by Paul S. Kemp? And if so, what are your thoughts? I'm currently reading it at the moment. So far, it's decent, but it came out after Lucasfilm bought Disney, so I'm a bit cautious about it. Yeah, that is a Disney canon book. That is a Disney thing. I haven't read it specifically because of that reason. So I couldn't.
What's really sad about those Disney books, I'll never forget. So after The Last Jedi, they came out with a bunch of like sequel trilogy books, like the origin of Poe Dameron and all that stuff.
Who?
And like what happened to Leia when she was running for office. I think it was called like Bloodline or something. And then when JJ did the Rise of, what was it? The Rise of Skywalker, the last one, he just took all those books that were written and he just were basically like, yeah, they no longer matter anymore. And I remember a certain Star Wars channel couple was crying. They were all upset. They're like, we bought money and we bought these books to stay with the lore. And I guess it's Disney's decision if they want to. They just said that those books don't matter anymore because they let JJ change the story in the films. They changed the origin story of all the characters that they had written book. And I'm sitting there dying laughing. I'm like, yes, that's what they do. They don't care.
And that was like the irony, you know, was that was part of the reason, right? That was part of the reason that they got rid of the expanded universe, right?
Yeah.
Because then they wanted every single thing to 100% be connected no matter what. They wanted to have complete creative freedom to do whatever they wanted. And they told us that every single thing that came out was going to be within continuity. And within the first couple weeks or months of them doing that, already things were fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it was just bullshit. Just bullshit. You want to talk about Emma Watson, Jay? Hermione? I thought this was interesting. You know, It was years ago when JK Rowling first came under fire for her speaking out about trans women invading space, or should I say, men who identify as trans invading women's spaces. And she caught a lot of hell for that. There was people that wanted her canceled. There's people that wanted her killed. And some of the people who she turned into superstars, who made it so they would never have to work another day in their life, they were some of the people who came out against her. People like Daniel Radcliffe, people like Emma Watson. Well, now, a couple years after the fact, and in the midst of all of this left-wing violence, and in the midst of J.K. Rowling getting massive threats daily, everywhere about people wanting her dead, Emma Watson, who's kind of been out of acting for a while, just decided to take some time to herself. She does this interview. Her stance on J.K. Rowling seems a little bit softer than it was before. I wonder why that could possibly be. The Emma Watson J.K. Rowling feud has never really gone away. From the moment J.K. Rowling made headlines in 2020 for her views on sex and gender, you mean that biology is real, the cast of Harry Potter was pulled into the fray. Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Rupert Grint all issued statements that distanced themselves from the author who created the wizarding world and their young careers. J.K. Rowling didn't back down when it came to that, and now Rupert Grint pretty immediately, his stuff wasn't as harsh as the other two, and he came around more quickly than they did. But she basically said, I'm never going to forgive Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson for coming out and saying the things that they said at that moment and completely throwing her under the bus. Well, now it looks like Emma Watson might want her to forgive her. This is a statement she made on this podcast. It takes her a while to get to this, and it makes you wonder how much of this is coming from the heart, how much she's trying to massage her message. Has she really kind of changed her mind on this? Or is this kind of about where we are and how things feel so much more different now than they did a couple years ago? But here's Emma Watson talking about this backlash and talking about the gap between them and all this shit.
I really don't believe that by having had that experience and holding the love and support and views that I have mean that I can't and don't treasure Joe and the person that I had personal experiences with. I will never believe that one negates the other, and that my experience of that person I don't get to keep and cherish. To come back to our earlier thing, like, I just don't think these things are either or. I think it's my deepest wish that I hope people who don't agree with my opinion will love me, and I hope I can keep loving people who I don't necessarily share the same opinion with.
Well, she was trying to tread around some eggshells on that statement, wasn't she?
100%.
Well, I think maybe.
And you know, you have to wonder kind of what is instigating that. Is that because a couple years have gone by and she feels a little differently now than maybe she did before, and she regrets kind of throwing her under as hard as she did? Is it because the way these vile leftist trans activists are murdering people, and maybe that's something that's getting her to, you know, who fucking knows, right? She did go on and continue to say that, you know, later on in that, she's open for dialogue, even though she doesn't agree with people that believe differently about trans people than she does. She said specifically, there's no world where I would ever cancel her out or cancel that out, and reiterated how grateful she was for the opportunity to play Hermione and all of that shit. It's interesting that it is a completely changed stance in terms of J.K. Rowling 5 years after the fact. You just have to kind of wonder why that is.
When culture shifts, so do Hollywood people at times too, don't they? You know, when they start to see the cultural shift on what they were fed that was popular, like back in 2016, 2020, all that stuff, when they were trying to feed us to, like, I'm not saying her specifically, but like a lot of the rhetoric that comes out of Hollywood, where it was just, you know, wear a mask, get a shot, do this, do that. And then culture starts to shift a little bit. People are a little angry. They put a lot of pushback around the Charlie Kirk thing. And we've seen a lot of people losing their jobs, which they probably wouldn't have lost their jobs, I bet, if they celebrated the same way about 4 years ago. Now, so they could smell a little shift. So maybe they're just trying to carefully be on the right side of culture. Maybe.
But on the same, but in the same way, she also can't be too opening, because then she'll get attacked by those very same freaks. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
those
That's what I'm
you were
saying.
talking
Like there's a soft spot, like where she's trying to walk. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe she's seen the light. She got a little older and checked the goob. And saw the light. I'm not gay no more. I've been delivered.
I've been delivered. I've been delivered. Where was I? Mike Zero source Down Z is Bigfoot's sidekick. He has Down syndrome and looks like Mike Zero.
Oh no.
The chat, Jay, really excited about my Saints and Sinners arriving Tuesday.
Hey, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you for supporting.
Sahil, I live in Atlanta. Let's hang out. Well, Sahil, I don't think we're planning any stops, but you're ever in Orlando, let us know. We'll be driving. We got a schedule to keep.
Yeah.
I don't dilly-dally around like Jay. Okay.
That's true.
I have something I have in mind. This is what we're going to do. This is what time we're going to get there. We're going to get there and do the thing.
I dally a lot.
You do. Meanders.
Really do. Yeah. I could get lost in a 7-Eleven. I just kind of not pay attention to the time. That's what
you'll be ready to go and you just find Jay standing blankly staring at the spinning hot dogs. Was it did you stop and get chili and cheese at one of those places one time? Was that with you? Yeah. Yeah.
That time there was one time it really wasn't my fault, but we stopped and Jeremy picked this horrendous dump of a gas station. All I wanted was a little bit of iced coffee. Dump, dude. We walked in. The soda machine stuff were broken. It was no AC. The bathrooms had yellow tape all over. You couldn't go in. And then right next door was like a racetrack, like a big one. It had an Arby's in there or Taco Bell or something. I'm like, why did we not just go? So I walked across.
Well, Jay, remember that was only after. You remember when you filled up your drink and there was a fly in it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's that place.
That's right.
Because I'm honestly a miserable person to kind of be around, because I will point out the worst of the worst in every place we go if I don't want to be there. That's how I am. If I don't want to go there, if we made it because I saw that racetrack too, I thought it was stupid that we stopped here. Jeremy made the decision to stop there. So I was going to be as negative about it as I possibly could. So I was doing that. And I'm making it worse because I'm pointing out all the shit that's fucked up in this place. And then Jay gets a coffee and he looks in it and there's a bug just sitting there floating at the top of his coffee. There's a fucking bug in it.
Oh, man.
Magnum Norris, I have to use the Force to wipe my brain clean of what Disney did to Star Wars. Otherwise, I can't even watch it. I can still watch all the original ones, man. KP Docs. Amanda hug and kiss lips. KP Docs misdiagnosed me with the herpes in 2001.
Sorry to hear that.
How long did you think you had it? Taker. You'll be sent to prison for 2 years if you hold an offensive sign in public in the UK, but Kimmel's like, "My free speech." I think I went on a good rant about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Udite, you're in for a treat when you watch that Ghost Stories anime. Make sure you hear the backstory of the dub and why it's different before you watch. Thank you, Udite. Magnum Norris, Emma Watson owes JK Rowling everything she has and ever will be. Be grateful to those who made you. I haven't watched that whole interview with her. She stepped away from acting for a couple years, intentionally. And I don't know. I think that was why I stepped away type of thing. I didn't hear a lot of that part. I kind of focused on the JK Rowling shit because that's what's more interesting to me. Cash Kester, Emma Watson, I done fucked up. Well, I do know Emma Watson got her driver's license taken away for going like 5 miles over the speed limit. Who cares? Fucking pussies in the UK, honestly. Lib turds are scared. They don't want to be associated with crazy fuckers like Charlie Kirk's murderer. Still would, though. I think Emma Watson's beautiful. Absolutely. I think she's, 35, 36? She's around my age, obviously. But yeah.
Give her a call.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know what the country code for UK is. Sandstorm. Have a great trip, guys. Enjoy. Be safe. Jay's a cutie.
Thank you.
English Batchers. Lot of J love in the chat, mate. Never change.
Oh, thank you.
What did you do?
I don't have the chat up. I don't like daily. This is the one place because it gets rough.
Sunny Hard R for 199. Why is Jay quiet on TNME and Flashcast? He can talk. I'm the only one who allows Jay to speak.
That's right.
Silver Mask for 5. What does Jay do more? Lollygag or dilly-dally?
It's a good balance.
The chat. Ryan J. Road Trip stream. Meek's voice. Please!
We'll see what we can set up.
The OT and EU always been my favorite thing. I refuse to let Disney take it away from me. Love you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Dan's bug buddy Larry. Jay trying to drink me was traumatic for me.
I dumped you right out when I saw you like gasping for breath, drowning in the liquid. I just dumped you in the toilet.
Gay Lil Kata for 2 says Jay cute.
Ah, dang it.
You don't like that?
Nope.
Nibble for $2. Ryan, this is over on Rumble. Ryan, have you considered one of those people leashes for Jay, like the ones used on toddlers? I have, and they don't come in a size big enough. Couldn't get it buckled. We tried. Udite, wasn't there a Harry Potter reunion recently that JK didn't participate in because the actors wouldn't if she was in it? Or do I remember that wrong? It is true. There was a Harry Potter reunion, and now they used a lot of old stuff. Like JK Rowling was in it a lot, but I don't believe there was any new stuff from her, whether that was because the actors did it that way or because the way the producers like put it up. I couldn't tell you. I don't know, but that is true. And it was actually really fucking good, by the way. There's a clip from like Robbie Coltrane in there, obviously before he passed away. And this was it probably only came out, 6 months or something before he passed, but he was talking about his legacy and he was talking about Hagrid and he was talking about, someday I won't be here, but Hagrid always will be. And my grandkids and their grandkids can see that and all that stuff. It was touching when it came out. And then in the aftermath of his death, like that clip was just, there's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid. But on that happy note, Jay, you got anything going on?
No, that's it. That's it today. I got to get ready to pack and hit the road tomorrow. That's all I got. There
you go. I was not able to stream yesterday because I had to get so much shit done. I'm going to try to do a stream tonight after Friday Night Tights. I have to stream at some point because our Sunday is going to be weird. I don't know exactly what it's going to. I got to stream at some point because I missed it on Wednesday. And I missed it on Sunday. So I got to fucking figure something out. But I appreciate you guys being here. You can catch me later tonight at some point. And me and Jay will be on the road. We'll probably do a stream. I'll do a stream on RK Apples live probably at some point. You guys can help get us through the day.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm lucky, maybe Ryan will let me do one on mine. Who knows?
Maybe. We'll see. But that's it. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.